Today I'm going to be talking about how I got from this to this. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. Today I'm going to be showing you all the shoes that I made from start to finish, going from the very first shoe I ever messed with, I ever made, all the way to the shoe that I'm now currently working on. So this is the first shoe I ever made, or I guess you could say that I made. What I did was I ripped the sole off, I deconstructed it, and what I did was I added this fake ostrich skin on the upper right here. Also on the other side, I added it for the toe as well. As you can see, it is all fallen apart since then. I also had it right there. But this was the very first one I ever made. It looks horrible, it looks disgusting, but this is where I started. So this is my very first shoe I ever made completely. As you can see, you named it Happy Hour. If you get an idea of why I named it Happy Hour. You got the all brown on the outside, you got the blue on the inside. I don't wear these anymore. These are now just up for display in my bedroom. I don't like to touch these, I like to just keep them where they're at. But these are my favorite shoes up to date. I might have to redo these, make a better version of them. But as you can see, this is the very first one I ever did. The last time I wore these, I was at Disneyland. I rode them on Splash Mountain, waterlogged them. They got filled up with water, and since then I said, nope, I'm never gonna wear these anymore because I wanna keep them how they are. But as you can see, this is the very first one I ever started with. You got both of the shoes. Why I like them so much is because it's a light blue on the inside, as I said, and the brown on the outside. I thought it was different. I thought it was cool. They don't look perfect, but they're very cool to me. So from there, I started expanding out into different stuff. I made Travis Scott Python ones. As you can see, they aren't finished because I totally jacked them up. So what I did with this, if you want to zoom in, was my stitches were really wide, and I just didn't really know what I was doing at the time. And also I didn't back any of the Python or any of that up. So as you can see, I ripped it all on the bottom there while lasting. So I was never really able to last these up. But this is what they look like. They're junk. This one I was able to last up, but I just totally messed it up. Totally jacked it up. All the materials are really nice, so I might just take it apart and hopefully I could do something with it later on. But these are what the very first shoes I ever did that I messed up after the Happy Hours. Also this one, as you can see, I jacked it all up because I didn't really know how to use patent leather at the time. I think these ones would have really came out nice if I knew what I was doing, especially knowing what I knew now. So let me know if I should recreate these or the other ones. Also the Happy Hour ones. Comment down below at the very end of the video which ones you would like to see me recreate from the ones that I've messed up. These were like an undefeated colorway, but these are the next ones. From there, I wanted to start adding materials to shoes, make it a little interesting, see what I could do. So what I did was I got myself some classic Vans and I cut off the Vans logo. I cut the upper right here, I cut the toe apart, I cut the back apart, and what I did was I glued a piece of leather of Louis Vuitton on there. Then I just stitched all the other stuff over it to make it look flush. As you can see, I kind of messed up on some of the areas where I made it too thick, and also as you can see, the thread is still wide apart compared to the tight ones that I do nowadays. But this was the very first kind of deconstruction, I guess you could call, or adding materials to a shoe instead of just hand making shoes. Next, I came up to these, and this is what I made next. These I still wear every single day to the gym. These are my beaters, these are my dailies. Whenever they get all messed up where I can't wear them anymore, I'm definitely gonna make myself another pair just because of how much I like these, especially low tops. Low tops are my favorite shoes. But what I did with these is I just cut out the toe, I cut out the insides, and what I did was I painted Python skin, so as you can see the stripes, and then from there I put it on the inside, I glued it down, then I stitched over it. So some of the areas that you could see for the Nike sign, I wanted it to be like the claws. So what I did was I only stitched it right there, and I only stitched it on the back. It doesn't look good, but this is the very first like kind of reconstructed shoe that I did. It might look dirty, but as you can see, that's what I meant to do. If you look at some of my older videos, I put the sole in coffee. I also put the laces in coffee just to make it look all dirty and gross. You could also see some of the stains on the tongue, but that was meant to be because these aren't really that beat in yet. I wear them every single day, but for the most part, they aren't that beat in. But these are some of my favorite shoes, probably my favorite shoes to wear every day just because I like low top Jordans. The colorway is perfect. And once these are done, then I'll fully hand make a full on pair, and then I'll definitely wear those every day. From there, I wanted to get away from Air Jordan, so what I did was I took apart some Air Force 1s, and what I did was I made these bad boys. So it was another colorway that I liked, as original one as a happy hour. I went with the orange and black on the inside, but then all black on the outside. Looking back, I might have changed it up, but I really like this colorway. I just can't pull them off, especially wearing these things. I can't really pull them off. And the one thing about making these patterns that I messed up on, which I wish I knew at the moment what I was doing, or else I would have fixed it. But as you can see, the toe is too far up. So that's a better angle right there. But as you can see, the angle of the toe is too far up. So you got a pair of Air Force Ones right here. See how it's kind of above it? But these ones are more far back. So that's where I messed up with these, as well as the stitches are a lot wider. So if it wants to focus in, you could actually see the stitches there, and you don't want to do that. But I like these, especially making myself the little pocket right there on the inside. I thought that was cool. It was definitely unique. But definitely at the moment, I also didn't know about backing the python like I do now. So with this, but for the most part, these came out very clean. I wear these every once in a while. I mainly wear them with sweats, something just cover up the top, but I really like these. So from there, I made myself the Union ones. These came out really cool. I just never had the soles that came in. The soles that I bought, the company ended up saying, oh, they're sold out, so I got my money back. And I never really went back to get the soles for them. But you know, they need some soles one day, so I'll get soles for them one day. But as you can see, this is what they look like. This was still when I didn't know about the thread length, so I wasn't adding the double stitch around here. So if you look at it, it's just a single stitch still, and it's also really wide stitches. So everything on this was single stitch. It wasn't double stitch like how a Jordan should be, especially in some of the areas. So that was when I was still new to it. But these look really cool, especially, I mean, if you're just walking by, you wouldn't even notice these, and you would think that they would be like some crazy custom. So this pair was definitely clean, and once I get soles, I'll throw them on, just because of I like the colorway and how they turned out. I might go back, you know, and change up some of the threads if I can. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't been there yet, but this is what they look like. So as you can see, my progress is getting a lot better and better. The more shoes that I'll show you, it gets better and better. But this just shows, you know, it takes time. It takes lots of time into it, lots of mess ups. And for me, I was working all night, every night on these just to get better. So I did it a little bit faster, if you want to say, but that was just because I was up till 4 in the morning every night doing this till I got it perfect. And it's still not even close to perfect, but it's where I'm now comfortable with sharing my art, stuff like that. So the next shoe that I did was the Grim Reapers, and I was really happy once I finished these because they came out really nice, especially for doing the double stitch. You got the Travis Scott on the back, and these are some of my favorite ones. I wear these to the gym every once in a while. You got the outside, you got the inside. Now the one thing that I didn't know once I made these was I should have added some stiffener on the inside right here so it doesn't overlay like that, because sometimes it will do that, and that was just because of the white leather, how thin it was. And that's one thing I would have changed up, but from right here on I start getting better and better. I start getting a lot more comfortable with this. But as you can see, it was suede, black, white, and then the ostrich skin. So these I really like. This shoe is that carpet up there that my sister got. They're the same shoe. Now the next shoe, I did a review on it, but I never really showed videos because this is a shoe that I make for the online shoemaking class that I have. Link in the description. If you want to make your own pair of shoes, go copy yourself the class. It's 100% online. Everything is there. This is the shoe that I show you that I make throughout this, but I had lots of fun making this one. This is the first one that I really think came out nice. It came out perfect. I couldn't really change anything up because of how nice it is. But as you can see, we got the outside right here. We got the inside right here, and this came out very awesome. I'm super happy with how these came out. These are definitely ones that I like to just keep up on the mantle, don't touch, because this is, you know, my first online class, and these ones mean a lot to me as well. So next, as you can see, is the Mars Yard low ones. I never intended on making these, like finishing them up, because this was all just for pattern making. So for this shoe, I've never had the Air Jordan Low OG shoe. So this was the whole pattern that I made was just off of me drawing it up and making sure it's correct. So that's why these ones are very cool. I never intended on making these, but the pattern that I made for this is for the last shoe that I'll be showing you, the ones that I'm currently making right now. But this is what the pattern was for, and these ones are pretty cool just because I never had the pattern or anything like that. I had to make it by myself on my own. But let me know if you'd like to see these finished, the Mars Yard Air Jordan Lows. So next, what I did was I kind of made my own shoe. I got bored with what I was doing, so I made this. I intended on putting leather on the bottom to make a sole, but I just never got around to making the second one because I started getting busy. And also, I'm not too sure about these. I'd like to make them better, progress it, you know, maybe a version 2, 3, 4. We'll go from there. But as you can see, this is like the very first shoe that I just like made off of the head, off the dome. I just randomly made this. I thought they were cool though. Maybe change it up in the future because I want to make something that's like a slide, but it's also a shoe, so it's easy to slip in and out. You don't have to worry about shoving your foot in every time you're in and out the door. So that's why I thought these were cool. So now on to the pair that I think is most people's or everybody's favorite. I think I should probably finish these. The Dior Air Jordan ones. These are very awesome. They're very cool, very unique. I just have to do a couple things to them to change them up to where they're at right now, just so when the final product is done, then they'll look better than what they're at right now. At the moment, I kind of had fun with it, but at the same time I was kind of rushing it, so it didn't come out as well as I wanted it to. But this came out really nice. I mean, there's nothing really much that you could change on it. There's just a couple things that I will do just to make sure it's up to quality how I like it, but I'll definitely be finishing these soon. So these are the Dior Jordans. Next is a shoe that I also made the pattern. As you can see, I should have probably made the Nike sign a little bit smaller, so later on I could just take this off and stitch a better Nike sign on that might be a little smaller because this one is very big. But as you can see, this is the next one that I made. Off-white Air Jordan 1s, python skin, normal leather. I think these came out very awesome. They are very cool. These ones I like a lot. I wear them every once in a while to the gym. I don't really wear them around anywhere else, just to the gym. But I thought these were cool as well because I kind of made the pattern for this as well, especially when you got the unique stuff going on there. You got the wings that aren't stitched down, so you got to stitch it on the back, stuff like that. You also got the overlapping laces, so I thought that was always cool about this pair. But you know, these are very simple. I have lots of videos on these about what I did to them, so check them out. But these are the off-white Air Jordan 1, python skins, royal blue, stuff like that. So next are the candy cane Jordans. I never really made a full-on video about these, but why I like them so much is they're the first like two-tone shoe I ever made. I think these stand out of any crowd that you're in. These are definitely a shoe that just catches everybody's eye. So as you can see, the progression of my shoe making is getting better and better over time. I taught myself how to do this. I never saw anyone that's done that before. So I thought it was cool. As you can see, came out very nice. But these are, I guess, candy cane Air Jordan 1s. They came out very clean. They're all suede, very soft, very cool, and very eye-catching. So next is the pair that everybody loves. Everybody probably followed my YouTube because of these, but these are the Grinch Air Jordan 1s. These blew up all over the internet if you didn't see. These ones I had lots of fun making. You got the red laces, you got the green going on there. Looking back, I would have probably done thicker green leather just so they came out better, but these are pretty cool. These definitely, lots of people like these ones, especially with a fur on the inside. I think that's why they're so eye-catching, especially you got so much going on in there. But these are the Air Jordan Grinch edition. So now last but not least are the Travis Scott Air Jordan Lows, and these are probably going to be my new favorite shoes. These are definitely going to be my dailies. You could just see the progression from when I started with this all the way to this, all the skills over time. It's been a little over a year now, probably a year and 4 months I would say. So this is a progression that I've made. You know, it just takes time, lots of patience with this. This is a shoe that I made just from my own patterns. I've never had an Air Jordan OG before, the low one, because the OG, you got that going on instead of like the two little panels going on there, and the everything's a little different. So these ones I drew up on the last, made my own pattern from there. So that's why I think these are going to be so cool. You got the black suede, you got the white python, you got the cement elephant print. I think it's just enough where there's lots of going on, but not lots of going on, so it's like kind of subtle. But these ones I really like, and I can't wait till I'm wearing them. So the shoe that I'm now making, as everyone is seeing on my channel, if you haven't, go check out the old videos. This is what I'm making right now. So if you get to see the progression that I've made from making something like this compared to what I very first made, as you can see, they're just single stitches everywhere. The toe's all messed up. It's all messed up right there. I didn't even last it on correctly. So if you put it on flat, it's not even there straight. you know, the stitches aren't even reaching all the points that they should be reaching. So that just shows, you know, the difference. And something that I've made like this all the way to the skill level that I now have, where these are just a normal pair of Air Force Ones. So that's the comparison, the timeline that I've gone through from start to finish of my shoemaking. So it didn't really happen overnight. We've been at this for probably a year and 4 months or so now. And every single day I've been working on it for about 10 hours or so. And I mean it's been 10 hours or so every single day. I'm here all day, every day. Started in my room, started every night just stitching this all together, messing everything up, going through lots of materials, lots of products, stuff like that. But I've now gotten to the point where I'm very comfortable with what I'm making. Something like this that just looks top of the line compared to where I started with the very first one. I mean, it just shows the difference in taking time out of the day and just try to get better and better with it, reading everything that you could see, watching all the videos that you could see. And this is pretty much the progression that I've had. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what your favorite shoe was. Share this with someone that would enjoy this. Share this with someone you know that might be interested in making shoes as well, just to show them the progression that if you put in time, this is what you're able to make. But thanks for watching. Go cop yourself some of the merch. Links in the description. I got my Facebook group, so you could join that, as well as my online shoemaking course that you can make something like this or a little bit better like this once you get better and better. But thanks for watching and have a great day.